Watch an AI agent in a demo, and it looks unstoppable. It books the trip, files the report, ships the code, all by itself. Then you point it at your own work, and it quietly falls apart. On a benchmark of real office tasks, the best agent in 2026 finished only about 24% on its own. Not 90, not 70, 24. By the end of this video, you'll know why agents fail and the 7 things that actually make one reliable. First, what is an agent really? A normal model just answers a question. An agent takes actions. It calls tools, browses the web, writes files, and runs code. It does that in a loop, step after step, until a goal is finished. In 2026, teams are wiring these into real work, from support to coding to operations. And the gap between a slick demo and a dependable agent has become the whole story. We'll cover 3 things: how big the gap is, why agents break, and how to ship one you can trust. Start with the number that matters. TheAgentCompany is a benchmark that hands agents real, multi-step office tasks. The kind of work you'd give a new junior employee. The best agent completed about 24% of them fully on its own. And on its own is the key phrase. With a human stepping in to help, the score climbs, but that isn't autonomy. Most demos quietly include the human help and still call it magic. It also gets worse as tasks get longer because reliability compounds. Here's the math that quietly breaks agents. If each step is 90% reliable, that sounds fine. But 10 steps in a row is only about 35%. 20 steps, and you're down near 12. Small error rates explode over long chains, and real tasks are long chains. Now compare the lab to the real world. Enterprise agents drop roughly 37% from clean benchmark scores to messy production. Dynamic web page elements alone break agents on about 3 out of 4 tries. And here's what nobody selling you an agent wants to admit. Bigger, smarter models barely moved reliability. Capability went up. Dependability stayed flat. A smarter model writes better code and still forgets to handle the error. So the demo wasn't a lie. It was the happy path. Clean input. The tool worked. Nothing changed mid-task. Real work is never that clean. Let me make this concrete with one task. You ask an agent to update a customer's record in your CRM. In the demo, it opens the tool, finds the record, updates it. Done. Magic. In production, the request is vague. Which customer exactly? The CRM's API is rate limited, so one call silently fails. The page changed last week, so the button it learned is gone. It updates the wrong field, then reports back, all set. And the worst part? It sounded confident the entire time. Nobody notices until a customer complains. That is the reliability gap in a single task. So why does this keep happening? 5 failure modes. 1. Error compounding. Long chains multiply small mistakes, exactly like the math we just saw. 2. The environment fights back. Flaky APIs, rate limits, expired logins, pages that change overnight, and CAPTCHAs. A benchmark has none of that. Production has all of it. 3. No ground truth. The agent often can't tell if it truly succeeded. So it declares victory too early, like our agent saying, all set. For context rot, over a long task, the key detail scrolls out of the context window and the agent loses the plot. 5. Irreversible actions. It sends the email, deletes the row, ships the commit, and there is no undo. Notice what these 5 have in common. None of them are fixed by a smarter model. They're fixed by engineering around the model. You're not prompting a genius. You're building a system that expects failure. So here's how to actually ship a reliable agent. 7 moves. 1. Scope it down. A narrow, well-defined task beats a vague mega goal every time. Draft replies to these 3 labeled emails for my review beats manage my inbox. 2. Prefer deterministic tools. If a step can be plain code or a normal API call, don't make the model improvise it. Use the model for judgment and code for everything mechanical. 3. Add guardrails. Limit which tools and permissions the agent has. Allow list actions, cap the budget, and validate every output before the next step trusts it. 4. Make actions safe to retry. Expect flaky tools, so build idempotent steps with automatic retries and back off. An action you can safely repeat is one that survives the real world. 5. Verify the work. Add a checking step, the agent or a second agent, to confirm the result before it's marked done. If our CRM agent had reread the record, it would have caught its own mistake. 6. Keep a human in the loop on anything that matters. Irreversible or high-stakes actions should need an approval click before they fire. 7. Make it observable. Log and trace every step, tool call, and decision. You can't fix what you can't see, and when an agent fails, you need the replay. Then tie it all together with evals. Build a test set of real tasks, score your success rate, and rerun it on every change. That's how you catch a regression before your users do. Put it together, and a reliable agent looks almost boring. Small scope, tight tools, checks everywhere, and a human on the big calls. Now the honest trade-offs, because none of this is free. Every guardrail you add makes the agent a little less magic and a lot more shippable. Verification and retries cost extra tokens, extra latency, and real money. Reliability has a price, and you pay it on every single run. So think of autonomy as a dial, not a switch. Turn it up, and you get less oversight, but more silent failures. Turn it down, and you get reliability, but more human work. The right setting depends on one thing: the cost of being wrong. Most teams overestimate how much autonomy they actually need. So when should you not use an agent at all? When a plain script would do the job. Don't wrap determinism in a dice roll. And when an action is high stakes and irreversible, with no room for review. The sweet spot in 2026 is narrow, supervised, well-instrumented agents. Agents doing real but bounded work. Think co-pilot with guardrails, not an unsupervised employee. So, 3 takeaways to remember. 1. The reliability gap is real. About 24% autonomous, and a smarter model won't save you. 2. Agents fail from compounding errors and messy environments, not a lack of IQ. 3. You close the gap with engineering, not vibes. Scope, deterministic tools, guardrails, retries, verification, humans, and observability. The winning move in 2026 isn't building the most autonomous agent. It's building the most reliable one. If this was useful, subscribe. I do daily AI in 60 seconds, plus deep dives like this. See you in the next one.